Hi, I'm Megan, and here's what readers are saying about an author's research notes on medieval England by T.L. Clark. What a fun book! The author has a style that makes reading things fun and easy, all while giving you a ton of information about the medieval period. I got lots of details without being too bogged down. The book is divided into sections, so I could look at clothing or religion or what they ate. I also like at the end of each section, the author will give you some questions to ponder if you were drafting a book set in the period. I especially like the chapter on insults and slang and the author's comment, I beg your pardon, did your MC just swear at me? LOL. I did not know this was a companion book to one the author has written about authoring a medieval book. Now that I do, I will get that book and read it as well, even if I do not plan to write the book. Clark makes history fun and accessible to all. Wendy from Goodreads. Well, this was a delight to read, both funny and informative. I feel like this is a necessary companion to anyone who is planning to write medieval fiction, and the way it is laid out is so helpful and succinct. I myself quite like writing fantasy stories for my own enjoyment, and I feel that this has given me a whole wealth of knowledge to draw from going forward. Clark has a witty and wonderful way of writing that makes even the potentially duller parts of history seem exciting. The book covers everything from the different rulers, how the higher class were dressed, to clothing and life as a serf. I especially found the sections about people and place names especially interesting. The writing prompts were cool little additions and were especially fun to do. My character was Jerome Goodchild, a tall, gangly man under the rule of Henry V. His lady love is Catherine Oakham, and when he was young, he often dreamed of an owl, an ill omen. I really enjoyed this and had so much fun relaying all the facts I'd learned to my husband. This book has also made me curious to read her fiction tales, which I've recently purchased. Can't wait to sink my teeth into them. I'm sure it'll be really interesting to see all the knowledge and research in action, so to speak. I recommend this as a valuable resource to anyone who is looking to write a book set in the medieval era. The wealth of knowledge that Clark has accumulated and synthesized is invaluable. Danny from Goodreads. This book is a great collection of facts and information about medieval England that is both fascinating and extremely helpful. Even if you are not looking to write your own historical fiction, this book is genuinely interesting. This book is a genuinely interesting read. The author has provided loads of detailed information that really helps to paint a picture of what the time would have been like. The description made it so easy to imagine everything and seemed to bring the era to life. If you are looking to utilize the book to draw on the knowledge to create your own story, it could not have been any more simple to do so. The book is split into sections so you can easily find what you need and is a great tool for anyone looking for specific information. Although I wouldn't usually read something like this, I can honestly say I found it to be more interesting than I expected. Carrie from BookBub. I chose to read an author's research notes on medieval England because I enjoy reading historical fiction, including books by this author, and was interested to see more of the process behind it. I love when the historical world feels very real without the author trying to show off how much they know, and this book highlights the amount of work that goes into that. The tone is quite informal and chatty, which makes this feel more like a companion than a reference book. It's like having a friend whose special interest is medieval history that you can text whenever you have questions. It could be read cover to cover to get an overview of the world you're writing in and find inspiration, or you could use it to check details as you go along, or even both. It's clearly geared toward writers with lots of information about everyday life that would help add depth to a story and writing prompts to help you apply what you've learned and generate some ideas. Frances from Amazon. I have a deep appreciation for all periods of English history, so I was thrilled to read this novel. It offers a unique perspective, focusing on the process of writing a historical book or a fantasy set in the medieval period. I found it fascinating. The author has graciously shared her own collection of research notes with aspiring writers. Her comprehensive coverage of the entire medieval period, including the monarchy, towns and cities, ranks of nobility, and the seasonal time period, is truly enlightening. Later in the book, she goes into more detail that will help writers flesh out their ideas, even including writing prompts in each section. These topics include law, clothing, childbirth, among others. The book strikes a perfect balance between entertainment and education. The author's conversational writing style, akin to a friendly chat, made the reading experience all the more enjoyable. Her wit and humor, which leapt off the pages, made learning about medieval England a delightful journey. Christy from Amazon. And that is what readers are saying about an author's research notes on medieval England by T.L. Clark. Happy reading!